Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Liz and this is Simply Homeschool. On my channel, I do everything homeschool from day in the lives curriculums, flip throughs, how to plan things, how to organize. I just have a whole bunch of different types of homeschooling content. So I will go ahead and show you guys here just the different types of varieties that I have in homeschooling. And if you guys are looking for any type of curriculum or flip throughs, go ahead and make sure you guys check out my playlists. So today I'm going to be walking you guys through how I plan out our unit studies for history. This last year for 2020-2021, my daughter's in 3rd grade and we are using our Star Spangled Story, but we are using part 1. You see here, this is part 2. This is actually going to be for our 2021 and 2022 school year. It takes us one whole school year to get through this book because I add in unit studies. Now our unit studies typically will take us about 2 to 3 weeks to get through one unit study, so you can see how time consuming that can be. But I just feel like on some topics or specific people from history, I just want to kind of dive deeper into that and let them explore more about them. So I'm going to show you today what my process is on how I plan this out. Now this will vary from family to family, so this video is not telling you how to do it. It's just kind of giving you guys an overview of how I plan it out to give you some inspiration or ideas on how you guys would like to plan yours out. Because like I said, we're all different. All families will need a variety of ways of how to homeschool. So, but this is how I plan out ours. I will tell you now, I love to have a base curriculum to work off of. For me, I think that if I just went and picked out unit studies, I would really be worried on if I was staying on track on specific grades or people, or I don't know, I just feel I feel like there'd be a little bit more pressure. Using the Notgrass Our Star Spangled Story has really helped me just to kind of stay on base as far as where we're supposed to be at for this specific grade. Now, this is actually a spread of grades that you can use it for. So I believe this is 1st grade to 4th grade. This next year we'll be working through part 2. So I wanted to kind of walk you guys through the process of how I do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip you guys around so you can kind of have an overview and see exactly what I'm working on and how I do it. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. So if you guys want to grab your favorite drinks or a snack, if you are not going to be planning alongside me, make sure you have a pen and paper just to kind of jot down some ideas that you guys get. I love doing that. Sometimes I'll just come up with an idea and I'll just write it down because my brain, you guys, I will forget. So yeah, so go ahead and grab all your goodies and let's go ahead and get started. So I really do love our Star Spangled Story, you guys, and they reached out and asked if I would like to be an affiliate, and I said yes, of course I would, because I really truly love their curriculum. I've been using it since the beginning of the year, so I loved it way before they even asked me. If you guys are at all interested in it, I'll have a link down below for you guys if you want to check it out. And I do want to mention it does look like it's in the form of a textbook. However, it does not feel like you are reading through a textbook at all. It has a really slow pace to it. And it's so nice. My daughter really enjoys it, and my niece, because my niece is using this as well. We do it together. So what I do is I just walk through the book with a notepad, and I write down what I think would be interesting or important for us to do a unit study on. So I've already made my list because it just take forever if you guys sat and watched me write a list. So I just wrote it out ahead of time. So this is the first telephone call. So this is basically all about Alexander Graham Bell and his family. So I did write that one down. So you see here I have the telephone, the Bell family, or Alexander Graham. The next one that they have here is Helen Keller. So it's so hard not to write every single one down, you guys. I'm going to tell you now because I really wanted to write all of them down. So I wrote Helen Keller. So Helen Keller's here. And then you'll see what's next. Let's see if I wrote every single. Okay, so I wrote this one down as well. This is the immigrants from Ellis Island. I thought that that was super important. So I want to go ahead and show you guys what my process is and how I research and figure out how we are going to put these unit studies together. So first here I went on to Pinterest and I just look up the subject that we are going to be doing our unit study on. With this one it is Helen Keller. So I looked up Helen Keller worksheets. I found this one at education.com. I looked over it and noticed that you had to read it and then answer the questions that they provided, and I wanted one that was more of like a book study. I want to read through a book. So this one didn't really catch my eye. I didn't really want to use this one. So I'm here on education.com just to see if there were any more that were listed, and that was the only one. So I went ahead and I skipped this one. I decided that this one wasn't going to work for us. So I went back on to Pinterest, which you'll see here in a second. So I continued to look here on Pinterest and I did see a few that looked really nice, but I decided against them. So I was scrolling. They had some really cool like crossword puzzles, word searches. They had some that you actually read the worksheets and then you answered their questions. But I wanted to go along with something a little more of a book study, like I said earlier, just to kind of give us some more meat to Helen Keller's story. So I decided to continue to look. So instead of having Helen Keller's worksheets in here, I decided to put in Helen Keller unit study just to see if they brought up anything different. So it did, and down on the right hand side there you can see I click on it, and that's actually through Peanut Butter Fish Lessons. I've used their website quite a few times for our unit studies. We've done Sacagawea through them, the Gold Rush. We're about to start the Harriet Tubman, so we are actually enjoying their unit studies. But here you can see that they have some listed activities that you can do to go along with this unit study. These are all hands-on activities. I thought that these would be good to use to go along with it. Maybe not all of them, because I like to research just to see if there's anything else that we can do. But as you can see here, this is all I do, you guys. I literally just go through Pinterest. I look at different websites for homeschooling, and I'll kind of walk you through each stage or step that I do. So as you can see, this shows the workbook pages or the unit study pages. So I am going to put in my information so I can get the free download. And here is the free download, you guys. So I just kind of look over it just to see if it's something that would work for us. It also comes with an answer key, as you can see. This is the biography of Helen Keller. It has a timeline, compare and contrast, how to learn Braille, and then it's their terms of use. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and print this out. So I printed it. So after I printed that out, I went onto my Amazon account and I went ahead and purchased the Who Was books. I purchased 2 of them just because I read alongside my daughter, and it calls for the Who Was book for this unit study. Here I'm just back on Pinterest and I just wanted to look up Helen Keller crafts to see if there was anything that I can find that looked like we would enjoy putting it alongside of our unit study. So I continue just searching out different ways of putting in Helen Keller crafts or activities. I did see this one, you blindfold the children and then you get to put different craft supplies in front of them and they can create either something on a plate or maybe on a scrapbook piece of paper, and they design their own little craft without being able to see. So I thought that that one would be really good for them to see what it would be like to not be able to see anything while creating something. So I'm saving that to my board on Pinterest here so I can go back so I don't forget. So I decided that I wanted to put in something for ASL sign language, and I saw all the different alphabet charts. So I'm actually searching for something particular. I wanted them to spell out their names using ASL and have them cut out the hands with their particular letters for their name, and then I want them to color them, put them on a sheet of paper, and write out their name below it. So when I saw these, I knew that these were going to be perfect for what I wanted them to use them for. So I went ahead and printed out the ones that they needed to spell out their names, and that was it for their crafts. So the next thing I wanted to do was look for a field trip that we can do. I knew that we wouldn't be able to find anything here in our area, so I was looking for virtual field trips. And I know that her home is in Alabama, I believe, so I was looking for a virtual tour online to see if there was something that we can do online. I did see quite a bit of YouTube videos. That would be a place that you can look as well. Here I'm just changing it to Helen Keller Museum to see if anything comes up that way. And here you can see the Helen Keller birthplace, and they actually have a website. So I went ahead and clicked on the website. And they have all the information here. Again, it's in Alabama, and we don't live in Alabama, so unfortunately we are not able to travel that far to see it. But it does look beautiful, so if you guys are ever interested, I mean, they're in your close by, I would definitely go and see what her house looked like. So that's basically, you guys, how I'm going to work through our Star Spangled Story Part 2 in planning for our lessons. The next step I will do is, some of these I probably won't find much on, and if I do, it may take 1 week, it may take 2 weeks, but then I need to narrow it down. So basically, when you're looking through your history book that you're using for base, for ours, for part 2, I want to say that there's 15 units. Yes. And in each unit, there's 3 lessons. So that means that there's about 45 lessons in this book. We have 180 days worth of school. So each lesson in here we can do in 1 day. So that means that I have to figure out how many unit studies we will be able to fit in this year to finish this book off in our unit studies. And then you also have to take into consideration how long these unit studies are gonna last. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, really just depends. So that's what you're also gonna wanna figure out. So what I was finding is I was trying to get these unit studies into 2, especially with the American Girl books. I was trying to get it done in 2 weeks, and it just wasn't happening. We were having to read too much. We were having to do too many lap books. Like, it was just way too much, and it wasn't making it fun anymore. So I spread it out. I was giving us Fridays off, or Friday is like a craft day. And I spread it out through 3 weeks. But with some of these, we are not going to be doing like the whole lap books, or we're not going to be doing full unit studies with a lot of writing. It'll be like a virtual tour, and like for the immigrants, it'll be writing sheet and then a paragraph and then crafting. So that probably will only take a good week, maybe. So it just depends on how you guys want to plan it out, honestly. And I'll have like a rough plan for the year before it starts. But throughout the year, I don't stick by it completely. You know, things come up, or if we're feeling kind of like it's taking forever and we want to take a little break, or we don't want to rush, or, you know, then I'll kind of pull things out, or I'll spread the time out more. So who knows if I'll get through this whole book, but I'm going to try. And if I don't, I'll carry through to next year, you know, with a couple lessons, and then we'll start into our new curriculum. Because for 5th grade, we should be done with this by 5th grade. So 4th grade, I'm hoping we get through all of this, but that's basically how I plan for it, you guys, and it's been really working out well. All right, you guys, so I just really wanted to show you guys how I kind of prepare for our unit studies, and I know some of you mamas were asking how I do that, so I wanted to give you a little direction in what I do, and it really just, it's really in your research, I guess, on the internet. Like, just start typing in and go crazy, you guys. It does take a lot of time, but I feel like it's worth it if the kiddos are interested and into it. So that's how I do it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you guys are gonna be doing unit studies this year, and if you guys know any good unit study websites, because I'm on the hunt, as you can see, for many, many, many lessons. I'll have that Notgrass link down below for you guys if you wanna check it out. And that's it, you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up. All right, you guys, have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,